Listen, you're pre-diabetic and your knees are killing you. What do you think that's from? In the profession, as you know, like nurses we're obese and overweight because we're running for everybody else all the time. So when we sit, we just want to, indulge and do whatever. Not the greatest idea, right? I mean, here I am telling other people to take care of themselves and I'm not taking care of myself. It's kind of hypocritical. I, went to an amusement park with friends, couldn't get on the ride. Nothing more embarrassing, but like a light goes off in your head, like, what are you doing? My friends have always supported me, but, I don't like having to worry about getting in a car and being too big to fit in the seat and everybody's got to scrunch. Not a lot of people admit, but it's the truth. It's just, it doesn't feel good.
People who are overweight, they have joint injuries, their knees hurt, their back hurts. It leads them down a path that you'd meet me as a chronic pain physical therapist.
Correct.
If you have chronic pain, but you're 60 pounds overweight, there's nothing I'm going to do to fix you. Right?
Correct.
I can help you feel better.
Right.
But the thing that's really causing this is being overweight. All right, guys, and welcome to Becoming a Better You podcast. Today we have Missy, one of our weight loss success stories. So we're going to share her story. We're going to inspire some people. So Missy, welcome.
Thank you.
So what exactly are we celebrating right now? What's the transformation?
So I'm about 48 pounds down. I wanted to be 50 when I did this, but that's okay. I'm a little 2 pounds shy, but I'll get there.
And I think that's important, right? Because I think when people start losing weight, they beat themselves up if they don't get to a goal.
Yep.
And we know that it's like progress, not perfection, right?
Yep.
So can you tell me like where you started? So you've been with us for 4 to 5 years, I believe.
Yeah.
This is before we were a transformation program.
Absolutely. We were just doing the kickboxing.
Just the kickboxing.
Yep.
So can you just tell me kind of your journey?
So
we can even start before you came here if you want.
So I've always struggled with my weight. Up, down. I've done Miriam diet, all liquids. I've done Atkins. I've done Weight Watchers in the past. I've done, you name it, I've done it. Keto. I've done everything. I've been struggling with weight since I was probably 14, but I'll even say 18, 19. That's just my journey, and it's got to be my journey. So I just have to watch it's a complete lifestyle change. That's where I'm at right now.
Yep. That's what works.
Exactly.
And I think when people talk about diets and fad diets, well, that's, I don't even want to say great. Like, that's one thing, but if it's not sustainable, it doesn't matter.
Correct.
It's the same way, like if a man used steroids.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
For the amount of time you're on steroids, you look great.
Fantastic.
Once you're done, it's all over.
Yeah.
Then you need to be on testosterone because you stop producing it.
Yep.
So I think when people go on diets, it's pretty much the same. Okay, I lost 20 pounds, but it's not sustainable. And now I put on 35.
Right.
So tell me, coming through the program, from your standpoint, so you started before we were a transformation program, what's the difference now as we included the nutrition?
Well, I think it's just a whole different body of being healthier. From, now you can, of course, do the kickboxing, which is fantastic.
Pretty fun, right?
But it's fun and it's toning. Like that's what I like the best. Like you can do your walking and your elliptical and all this stuff, but it's a different exercise. You strengthen. When I had a surgery going back maybe 4 years ago, I was doing kickboxing. My abs, thank God, I was still overweight. Don't get me wrong, but my abs made me recover so much quicker than if I hadn't been doing anything, and I could tell the difference immediately with the recovery. So it even goes that far into things, but I love the fact that the nutrition, the supplements and all that stuff are now here too, because it's a complete, you sit with someone, you learn different things. I mean, 54 years old, I'm still learning every day. You know what I mean? So, and we're incorporating, and I like the fact that you can ask any of the coaches, you or any of the other coaches, anytime, and they'll be like, oh yeah, no, do this or do that, or somebody always has an answer for a question that you have.
I think that's one of the ways that people are successful is when they have a coach who can simplify things, right? So you're a nurse.
Yes.
Right? Okay, cool. So like if I needed to be stitched up, I'm not going to try to do it myself.
Correct.
I'm just gonna be like, hey, can you help me? Right? So when it comes to weight loss or it comes to anything, business, the biggest mistake I made was thinking I could do stuff on my own, right?
Yep.
And I did that for, I don't want to say totally alone, but like a long time.
Right.
Like I'm the man in charge.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, right? And then I started learning, okay, this is what I have to do for business. Or like This is how I reach out to other transformation centers who are my colleagues and my friends now. How are you doing this?
Right.
Are you doing it better than I'm doing it?
Right.
Let me copy that.
Right.
And because the end result is it's better for the clients.
Right.
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 So we know that the biggest thing with losing weight or getting healthy or changing is mindset. Mm-hmm. You're very strong-minded. I've known you for a while, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I think as a nurse, you have to be.
Yeah.
But can you tell me how that helps you with weight loss and the way you think about it?
So it's now I'm looking at it as it's a daily adventure. It's a daily thing now. So if I have a bump in the road or I have a birthday dinner and I have, the cheesecake afterwards, I'm not kicking myself in the butt, but I'll be damn sure if I'm not going to exercise that following day and eat healthier the next day. And so it's all a matter of balance. Balance is it. And just to know that, I'm exercising 6 to 7 times a week now. But I love it. I'm an exercise person. You know what I mean? So I like feeling like that. I like feeling the way I feel now, obviously. And I'm not done yet, hopefully. I still want to go a little bit more. My goal is 80 pounds in a year, which would be the beginning of June. So I'm crossing my fingers, but,
And so did you always think like that? Like always think like, okay, I can have the cheesecake, but I'll just work out a little bit more. Because that's how I look at things.
Yeah.
Right? I've been eating these like chocolate covered graham crackers.
Yeah.
I don't even know why. Like I wake up in the middle of the night, I eat them. And I'm like, okay. And I wake up in the morning, I'm like, are they still there? Are they still there? Right? Okay, let me work out.
I got to get rid of these.
Yeah, I got to get rid of these, right? Let's have that protein shake. So did you always have that mindset when you were younger, or were you harder on yourself?
I was harder on myself.
Can you tell me about that?
And I think that made it worse, obviously, and that's why I gained the weight back from everything that I did, because it was a scale and a pound thing, and not okay, listen, you're gonna have bumps in the road. You have to adjust to the bumps. Sometimes your life is stressful. You end up stress eating, right? And then after that, you kick yourself in the butt, and then you just keep going with the stress eating. You don't bounce back. When you have the mindset of, all right, you made a mistake, let's get back to it, it's a completely different way of living.
And don't you think that's how life should be?
Absolutely. 100%.
Now you worked in the nursing field for a long time.
Yep.
Have you seen like people who don't take care of themselves?
Oh, absolutely.
And like what happens? So let's say we're 20, we're 30.
Yep.
We're not taking care of ourselves.
Right.
I think people can understand this easier like with your teeth. Like if you don't brush your teeth in your 20s or 30s, you're not going to have any teeth when you're 60.
That's right.
But I don't think they think about, well, if I don't take care of myself, exercise, eat well in my 20s or 30s, I don't think they make the correlation that it's more probable, if we're now overweight, heart attack, stroke, disease, doctor visits, copays, medications, insurances,
100%.
injections.
Yep.
Can you tell me what you've seen?
So I was a pre-diabetic. I'm actually almost out of it. Since the weight loss, thank you. And then once I get into see my doc in a couple of months, I'm sure I hope, we'll be out of it. You know what I mean? So diabetes is one of the worst diseases around.
And why do you say that?
Because people don't take it seriously enough. And the illnesses, the comorbidities, the other things that can happen because of it are astronomical. I know a friend that was a diabetic, didn't say it to any of us, lost her toe. She could have lost a lot more. You know what I mean? So it's not something to be ashamed of. Talk about it and take care of it. It's, you can't treat it as if it's nothing, because it's not. And then it can lead to other things, obviously. Sure. That's just, heart attack, stroke, all that stuff usually just combines in it. So.
And so what would be your suggestion just as a medical professional? Like what should people be doing when they're 20, when they're 30?
Well, just take care of your body. Take care of your body, eat right, and exercise. Now, I'm not saying you need to exercise 6 and 7 times a day like I am right now, because obviously you don't. But if you take care of your body then, it's going to, like I said to you, I even noticed the difference just coming kickboxing when I had a surgery, and that was a year span. So imagine if you started in your 20s and 30s. I wouldn't be where I am now, I'm sure, if I started back then.
Correct. And I think one of the things, too, with that is we didn't have the information back then that we do now. Right? So, listen, with the invention of the internet and YouTube, two things happened. Number one, there's good information, but there's so much other information that you can't filter it out.
Right.
But if you can decipher it and you know where to look, like you can find the solution to your problem.
Oh, yeah. Right? Absolutely.
So people come to me all the time, and the first step is they have to admit they have a problem.
Right.
Because if they don't admit they have a problem, I can't help you. Right? The second thing is that they have to have the desire to change, like you have.
Yep.
because I legit have the solution.
Yeah.
But if you don't have the desire, it doesn't matter.
Right.
You know? And where does that desire for you come from?
Probably from, I've been an athlete all my life. In high school, I played sports. So when you have that sports mentality and you have that drive and that compassion for something, I think that's where it comes from for me, because I know what it is to work and practice and do, you know what I mean, to get to something. And so that for me is where it's at.
And you're a mother?
No.
You're not a mother? Okay.
No.
Married?
Nope.
Okay.
Single.
Single?
That helps too, by the way. No.
You probably have a lot less stress.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so people that you care about in your life.
Yes.
Right? Is there a desire for you to meet A, maybe be a role model,
Mm-hmm.
B, not be a burden on other people because they have to take care of you later on in life?
Right. Right. Listen, I went to an amusement park with friends, couldn't get on the ride.
Yeah.
Nothing more embarrassing, but like a light goes off in your head. Like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I like thrill seat. Like, I like the roller, but I couldn't get on it, and I was mortified. You know, and my friends have always supported me, but you know, I don't like having to worry about getting in a car and being too big to fit in the seat, and everybody's got to scrunch. Like, these are the things you think of that not a lot of people admit. You know what I mean? But it's the truth. Getting on a plane, same thing. You know, sometimes you have to ask for an extender. It's just, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good.
Do you think that, did your friends ever tell you, like, hey, Missy, like, I think you should lose weight, or did they not say anything?
So I have a best friend that I've been best friends with for a long time that's very honest, but she struggled with weight her whole life too. Her and I were, you know, at one point running, this is when I was back in my 20s, my early 20s, and doing things like that. She lost a ton of weight, and she's kept it off all these years. So she's not happy where she is now, but she's never happy, you know what I mean? But still, her and I kind of bounce off each other when it comes to that. So right now I lost the weight, and then I notice now that she is too, which is great because
a little competition, yeah, which is healthy,
and I love it for both of us. So yeah, she's probably the only one. I mean, most of us are like, you know, we just admit, you know, we just accept each other for who we are.
And that's what I'm getting at, right? Because I think a lot of times when I do it too, right, with my parents, you don't want to make them feel bad,
right?
So even though they're overweight, like, and I would listen. One of the reasons why I went in the medical field is like my mom was disabled since I've been born, right? And that pushes people into the medical field because you want to help people,
right?
But like, I know she has to lose weight. She knows she has to lose weight. But I just don't have it in me because I know, like,
it'll hurt her feelings.
It'll hurt her feelings.
Yeah. Yes.
But as a coach, telling a client, I'm ready to go.
Right.
You know, so I feel like when we have like friends, you're not going to be like, hey, Mike, like, I think you need to lose weight.
Yeah.
Like your bros. Like, it doesn't. But you need somebody to tell you the truth.
Yes.
And I think that if people don't tell their friends the truth, and they're good meaning. Like, listen.
Not ill intention.
Not ill intention.
Right.
Like, I want you to live a long time.
Right.
I think people need more of that because, especially with women, society nowadays, it's like it's cool to be overweight. Right? Like, it's beautiful, and it might be, but it's still not healthy. How do you feel about that? Because you were someone who was bigger. Did people tell you like it wasn't healthy? Like, because people don't want to be like, hey, lose the weight.
No, I mean, the only one that said to me is my doc. Listen, you're pre-diabetic and your knees are killing you. What do you think that's from? Like, you know what I mean? Very serious. But as far as, no, because in the profession, as you know, like nurses some of us can be real. Like, we're obese and overweight because we're running for everybody else all the time. So when we sit, we just want to, indulge and do whatever. Not the greatest idea, right? Not the greatest. I mean, here I am telling other people to take care of themselves, and I'm not taking care of myself.
Do you think you lost credibility because of that?
I don't think I lost credibility because the passion was still there.
Okay.
But it's kind of hypocritical.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, how am I telling you to, you know, be better for yourself when I'm not doing it?
Yeah, and I think that's a valid point.
Yep.
So when we talk about like healthcare professionals, we take care of everyone else first. We often forget to take care of ourselves.
Correct.
Right? And then we gain weight. We're depressed.
Yep.
People are drinking.
Yep.
You know, because you're trying to deal with everything. Can you share that experience with me? Because your job by nature is legit to take care of everyone else first.
Right.
And how important it is to learn to take care of yourself first.
Right. that came just this last change of lifestyle, right? It took me a long time to get there. Yeah, God, 30 probably at least. It took a long time to get to the point where I was like, okay, you got to do stuff for yourself because, my mom's getting older now. She's having a lot of issues. And for me to take care of her, I have to be healthy enough to take care of her, right? So I have to get my act together and do what's best for her now. So it's a complete change of lifestyle, but starting with yourself. Like so my friends are like, let's go to breakfast. I'm like, yeah, I'm going kickboxing first. So you can either wait for me and I'll meet you and have my egg white omelet, or I'm not going. So it's that kind of decisions now, but I feel better about it. So
yeah, because I don't think you can live a fulfilled life if you don't put yourself first.
Correct.
People have a hard time with that.
Absolutely.
I understand why you have a hard time with that.
Yeah.
But let's compare my life to your life.
Right.
And you can see the difference in just the decision making. And when people don't put themselves first, and I'm not saying you have to be mean to other people.
No.
But listen, this is what I do. Let me do this, and then we can do this.
Whatever.
I think that's why so many people are depressed.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why so many people are living disempowered lives.
Yep.
And I think that's why so many people just stay the way they are.
Stagnant.
Yeah. Do you remember, was it thinking about your mom getting older? Was it the amusement park? Like, what got you to that decision point where you knew you had to change? I
was just feeling crappy. I was just feeling, the back started hurting, the knees, you know what I mean? And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't know, there was no real light bulb, you know what I mean? But at some point I said to myself, you need to feel better to be here longer. You know what I mean? You need to be healthier to be here longer. I have more energy. I go out more, and not going out, to dinner and all that. I'm saying going out, like even just to, sporting events, whatever. Like
Do you feel more comfortable?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm not one to go, oh yeah, all right, you look good. You know what I mean? I'm not one to do that. But lately I'm like, all right, not so bad. You got to keep going though. But
You're like, I date myself.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, all right, give a little pat. Not, maybe the half pat now, but you know what I'm saying?
And how much more fun is it to live life like that?
Oh, absolutely. The energy the energy in itself and feeling better outweighs anything else. The pounds and everything. That just...
And you have an outgoing personality.
Absolutely.
So now your body is matching your personality.
Right.
Where I think when people are overweight, they're more shy.
Yeah.
Or they don't want to take a stand on something.
Right.
They just want to be in the back.
Right.
So for you, was it hard to find the right help for yourself as far as weight loss, or was it hard to ask for help?
No, because, I just decided, okay, I'm going to eat healthier. I ended up joining Weight Watchers because I just think that's the most sustainable when it comes to, you can eat, the cake and make sure you count your point. You know what I mean? So I did it that way. Still doing it. Probably will continue to do it just because I need some sort of a guideline like that. But no, as long as I know that the lifestyle change that I need to do to stay where I'm at and to continue, losing, hopefully. Now I think I just have that mindset now. That's just in me now. The exercise, that's probably, I'll probably exercise every day now for, so.
And I think when we change the mindset, that means somewhere in your brain, you made it a priority.
Yes.
Right? Because you can tell by what you're saying, I can't go out to eat because I have to do this first.
Right.
People need to make themselves a priority and their health a priority to get the changes they want to see.
Right.
Like I can tell. So when you come in and you're like, hey, Mark, I want to lose weight. Okay, listen, we do the 6-week challenge.
Right.
It's not cheap.
Right.
However, it can save your life.
Yeah.
So I know if you're like, oh, that's too expensive. I know you don't value it enough.
Right.
I know that you have not made it a priority.
Right.
Because listen, if I had to lose 20, 30 pounds, 40 pounds, and I had no idea how to do it, and I feel like crap, I'd pay you whatever you want.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
So I know the mindset.
Yep.
Right? I mean, listen, some people put thousands of dollars down, and I'm like, they're bought in.
Yep.
I got the.
Yep.
We're gonna crush it.
Yep.
Versus someone's like, I can't afford that.
Right.
Well, wait a minute. You can't save like $8 a day, $9 a day.
Correct.
If it that mattered that much to you,
right.
You'd search every couch in Cranston.
Well, like, how about, don't buy the shoes that you want and invest in yourself. The shoes are pretty, but you can only wear them every once in a while. The other part, right, is going to be your healthy style and healthy living for the rest of your life.
I met with a potential client the other day, and she didn't cook, so she always ate fast food.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I was like, think of how much money you would save not eating fast food. And she eventually signed up, but then backed out. And I was like,
she's not there yet.
You're not ready.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to dog you for not being ready.
No.
But it's my job to almost try to, like, you're going to spend the money anyway.
Right. You're going to get there at some point, hopefully, for your own health benefits.
Yeah. Well, if not, you're going to be forced to get there because you got sick.
Right.
And as a medical professional, like, listen, things leave clues. So, like, I can see what you're doing now, and I can almost predict what's going to happen in your future.
Right.
It's the same thing when, I was talking to another person, business owner, and he's like, okay, Marc, like, we're good. Like, I'm going to come in Monday. We're going to do this. Right? We had a great conversation. Okay, Monday comes. I text him, no response.
Yeah.
He misses his appointment. If you are a business owner, you need to do what you say you're going to do.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
I've had nurses do the same thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you're my nurse, I want you to be accountable.
Can you give me my medication when I need it?
This is 100% what I said. So let me get back to the business owner.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, so you're starting a business. Well, you told me as a fellow business owner, okay, I'm going to do this. I want to do this. We'll start Monday. I text you don't respond. You miss your appointment. I know probably you running a business, if you ran it like that, it's not going to be successful.
Exactly.
Because you're not accountable.
Right.
I had a nurse who signed up. Okay, we'll do listen, I want to help everybody. So I have to tell my coaches to remind me that it's like math, not emotion, right? Because like I'll give away everything.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, we'll start you up. Whatever, pay me next week, whatever it was. And then she never paid. Like she took a class like online, never paid, got all the stuff. And we like every message we sent, oh yeah. Okay, now I was like, if she was my nurse, I would be like, don't ever give her to me.
Right.
Because you basically are lying to me.
Yeah.
Right? You're not being truthful.
Right.
And you're going to be taking care of someone's health?
Right.
What?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think, honestly, maybe you have thoughts on this. I think one of the things about being a good human, which I think is missing a lot of times, is doing what you say you are going to be doing.
It's respect.
It's respect.
It's respect. Just be respectful. Other people have time. Other people have things to do too, right? So if I respect you and you respect me, the least the business owner could have done was, Marc can't make it. That's it. But very simple, right? That simple thing, Lee says to you, okay, now if he keeps dodging you, or he's not ready, right? But at least he had the respect to give you, I'm not coming today. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
And that's what it is. I see that all throughout. That's life, right? That's life. I mean, I respect the housekeeper as much as I respect the CEO.
Yeah, and I think you can learn from all of them.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
because just because you're a housekeeper doesn't mean you don't have like better skills. I mean, in a lot of areas.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
I just happen to have these skills.
Right. I have some Italian housekeepers that can cook like nobody's business. You know what I mean? And we swap recipes, and like it's so you can't diss people.
But do you think that's what makes you a people person? Because I'm going to venture that most of the people who meet you, they like you.
Yeah,
unless they get on your bad side.
Yeah,
they probably pee themselves.
Yeah, because you know why I give people a shot.
Yeah.
So in other words, I'm going to give you a shot until you burn me. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
And then I'm like, okay, I'm not going to forget now. So
I'm the same way.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah, even if you burn me, like I'll be cordial with you.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'll never let you.
I'm going to forget.
I will never let you back in my inner circle. Right? Ever.
Right.
That's why we like each other so much. So for you, being a woman, what was the scariest part about joining a fitness studio or joining a program?
I think it's well, I have to say though, that's where I really liked coming in because I came in with a friend, Susie. Yep. So I was, I was not fit, right? So you get embarrassed a little bit, like, oh my God. But the thing that I liked was everybody was like, listen, go at your own pace, do your thing. You're going to get there. You know what I mean? As long as you stick with it. That was one of the best things because you are a little bit, but then you see other people that are like, okay, well, she's just about my size. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you see, this, but then everybody's very motivating too. Like everybody's like, oh, this was Missy's first class. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that is helpful because that makes you want to come back and keep coming, So yeah, I thought it's because it's all about your image, right? Your image. You're embarrassed of the way you look and you're hoping that nobody else looks at you that way.
Which is one of the reasons why I wear silly costumes. I make silly videos.
Yep.
Because you're like, look at that guy.
Yeah.
He looks ridiculous.
Goofball, yeah.
He's a goofball.
Yeah.
Right? But he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
well, listen, no one's going to make fun of me for being 50 pounds overweight because that guy wears that.
Right.
That's literally one of the reasons I do it. Besides that, I like it.
Yeah.
And it looks
we know
good.
you like it.
And it looks good. But I think that's one of the best things that my mom ever taught me was the fact that like treat everybody well and just make them feel special. She didn't say it in those words, but that's what I always, listen, when I had birthday parties, everybody in the class was invited.
Yeah,
Didn't matter. I could have never talked to them.
Right.
I probably did.
Right.
But they all came.
Yeah.
And they all got like trophies. We did like bowling stuff, And so I just carried that over to my martial arts studio, my PT career, and then now into the fitness studio.
Yeah.
And this is, if I ever had like a podium to stand on, it's this, where like, I don't care what you do, just move.
Right.
Right. And people will be like, well, Missy's roundhouse kick isn't perfect.
Right.
I don't give a fuck.
Right. Just keep doing it.
Diabetes also doesn't care that Missy's roundhouse kick isn't perfect.
Exactly.
Right? But is Missy down 50 pounds?
Right.
Of course.
Yeah.
Right? And I think people get too stuck in this, like, everything has to be
perfection.
Perfect. Yeah. You're never going to reach it anyway.
Never.
If Missy is safe,
yep.
Missy's losing weight, Missy's having fun,
yep.
Missy's in a fitness kickboxing class,
yep.
not a jiu-jitsu class.
Right.
Different objectives.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's always been my philosophy, even in PT.
Yep.
Okay, they're moving. But is it perfect? I don't need it to be perfect.
Right.
When you do movement in real life, it's not perfect.
Right.
You're going like, raising your arm.
Yeah.
Well, no one just raises their arm like this. You move your body.
Right.
That's functional.
Yep.
And if you have impairments, you might kind of,
Right.
Just move.
Right.
And that's why I get good results, because I understand the process of what people need to heal.
Right.
Just like you said in your surgery, I healed so fast. Why? Because you moved.
Right.
And when people don't move, that's when they really become sick.
Correct.
Right? You wouldn't have a caveman. I'm just going to stay in this cave for about 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Right? No, they had to get out and move.
Right.
And I don't, I think they were good. So why do you think you were successful in our program?
I just think that, it's mindset. Like I said, I like the motivation. I like the coaching. I like the, Marc, listen, this is my issue right now. Last week I asked, I don't know if it was Molly or Kate. I'm like, all right, listen, I got this flab in the middle here that's not the other thigh. What am I? So she gave me the exercises to do. Like, no matter what you ask, everybody's very positive.
Yeah.
It's positive, and that I've been taking people in. I'm like, try the kickboxing with me. I took one of the nurses in. She's not ready. It's not for me. Okay, it's not for you. I got a couple more people. Come in with me. See what it's about. If you don't like it, you don't like it. It's okay. But I think you might. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's just the way it makes you feel. It's just a different it's a full body type of exercise and feeling good and all that.
Yeah, I don't know if people who watch this might not know this, but like I designed all the lesson plans. They're all different.
Yeah.
So there's over 365 lesson plans. Right.
Yeah, and sometimes we crush your name.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Now, I'm not doing them.
Yeah.
I'm just making them.
I know. We know.
I wouldn't make a class. Like, my body's not built for that type of workout, right? I just lift things. So talk to me about the difference between trying to do it alone, like maybe you go to a big box gym, LA Fitness, Planet Fitness, versus having coaches help you and someone being there to answer your questions.
Oh, it's the one-on-one. It's not just cardio. It's, the other, the muscle movement, the bands, you know what I mean? It's all the other stuff in between. I did a Planet Fitness. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm gung ho. I went for the first 3 months. That was it. Done. You know what I mean?
Did you lose any weight?
No.
Right.
No. And like I said, it's the losing the weight, the toning, you could tell, like I would be a lot flabbier, I think, if I wasn't doing kickboxing. I do my walking. I have an elliptical at home. I do that stuff, but I know my tone would not be here if I wasn't doing this. That's a no-brainer. Yeah,
and it's important to lose weight and tone at the same time.
Correct.
So when you're punching and kicking the bags, the resistance of the bag helps tone.
Correct.
And then you have your body weight, your band, stuff like that. Yeah. But especially for Coach Rhiannon, who had the weight loss surgery, I think she's down over 120 pounds. Might even be 130. Well, I knew, because this is my field, we need to make sure we put muscle on her because she's going to be all skin.
Right.
And if you look at her now, like,
you would never know.
You would never know.
Never.
But I understood because this is my wheelhouse.
Right.
This is what we have to do with her.
Right.
So just when people come in to see me, just for talking to them for about 5 minutes, I know what to do with you.
Yeah.
It's just whether you want to follow the plan or not.
Well, that's it. That's it.
So how has your life just changed on a daily basis from losing the 50 pounds?
So first of all, at work, you look fantastic, because at first, you wear the baggy, the clothes don't fit yet. But
well, now you're wearing like the sleeveless scrubs.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm wearing the scrubs that are like, a size or two too big. You know what I mean? So, they're like, one of the girls get in the elevator yesterday with me, and she's like, "Oh my God," she goes, "you look so good." And I'm like, "Thanks." She goes, "What's this, like 2 or 3 months?" I go, "I started in June." Like, you know what I mean? But it's a journey. It's not you know what I mean? It's not a quick thing. But now they're doing Biggest Loser at the hospital. Who's doing Miss? I want to come for the walks with you at lunch. Let's go. I said, let's go. So I'm hoping that it just starts a whole movement. Like, you know what I mean? And everybody wants to feel better and healthier, because that's the objective.
So one of the ways it changes, you're becoming a role model for other people.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah, I won't admit that, but yes, you could probably.
Why won't you admit that?
I don't know, because I guess it is true. You're right. It is.
It is true.
It is. Yeah.
I mean, just by the way you're smiling, it must feel good.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely. The compliments feel great. I mean, and like, well, I feel fantastic. I feel great. So.
And let's talk about this. So from a physical therapy standpoint, people who are overweight, they have joint injuries, their knees hurt, their back hurts. It leads them down a path that you'd meet me as a chronic pain physical therapist.
Correct.
Right?
And then you don't want to move.
And listen, if you have chronic pain, but you're 60 pounds overweight, there's nothing I'm going to do to fix you. Right?
Correct.
I can help you feel better.
Right.
But the thing that's really causing this is being overweight.
Correct.
Right? And, you could be 60 pounds overweight and you could have that knee surgery. You're still 60 pounds overweight. And it makes rehab harder. Right? So let's actually fix the real problem. But can you tell me, like, how your joints feel now, and how, like, because your body, especially going upstairs, the amount of force on the knees and the lower extremities going upstairs plus the 60 pounds is astronomical.
Right. So besides the fact that you're huffing after the first flight,
you're also and so now your mechanics are off.
Right. You're grabbing onto the bar.
So can you just tell me how you, like, differently, how your joints feel, your body?
Forget it. There's no comparison. As a matter of fact, that's when I asked you about the intra. Because, you start exercising this more and you start doing everything. Of course, 6-7 days a week, you know what I mean? Without the rest, they're going to get tired, right? But previous to me doing all of this, one flight of stairs, forget it. Even walking. Like, I was walking at it like, I don't know, 19, 20-minute pace. Now I'm at 16, 15. Like, huge difference. The everyday movement, just bending over and picking something up, is 10 times easier than it was before.
Yep.
It's the smallest things that you don't think about.
Has it made you a better nurse?
Oh, absolutely.
How?
I want to move more. I'm moving more. I'm up on the floors more. I'm helping people more. I have more energy. It's the energy that's incredible.
Yeah. So talk to me then about the supplements, the Prestige Labs supplements we use. Now, I initially, I never took anything, right? I never took creatine. I would take protein when I was a kid, a teenager, and now I take it now.
Yeah.
And they had ephedra when I was a kid, right?
Oh,
I took that. I took that for a little bit, but never took steroids or anything like that. Didn't really do supplements.
Yeah.
It wasn't until we started being a transformation center where I looked into it, made sure we got what I considered the best ones. Mm-hmm. And I was talking to Coach Josh the other day, unequivocally, the clients that take these supplements get better results than the clients that don't.
Right.
For many reasons. I see it. Mm-hmm. I know the people who've lost the most weight.
Yeah.
I know they're on the protein. Yeah. I know they're on these supplements. They made a huge change in my life. I looked at my smart scale, and in a year with taking the supplements, I have 5-6 pounds more muscle. I'm more cut. I'm bigger.
Yeah.
I'm not as sore from the intro, which is probably my favorite one.
Yeah.
Can you just tell me your experience?
Yeah, so the intro was a lifesaver for me because of doing so much, you know what I mean? And obviously I didn't drop 48 pounds in 2 weeks, right? So it's it's the journey. So once I felt like the fatigue and stuff, I think I even came to you and asked you, but the intra's been fantastic. So anytime I work out, I do it on a daily basis because I work out every day just about. I'm having the intra, and it helps my muscles. So last night, I got home. I hadn't done the intra, but I had walked and jogged during the day. My legs were killing me. I go, yep, here's some intra.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know how that's your forte.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
But it's so much better. So much better.
So this is actually how it works. So basically, you need protein to heal your muscles, right? This is why we talk about a high protein diet. Mm-hmm. Well, after you work out, and I had learned this in a continuing education course for physical therapy.
Okay.
The guy had mentioned this, right? But at this time I transferred over to the fitness kickboxing, but I still keep my license active. And he was like, your cells are most receptive to the protein, like right after exercise. There's like a 10-minute window, if I remember correctly. After the 10 minutes, the receptiveness, that's a word,
That's right.
declines. Well, here's the issue. You can work out and then you have a protein shake. Well, your body still has to break down the protein. So you miss the window.
Okay.
The intra is the base amino acids plus the electrolytes. So it's bioavailable right away. So what happens is as you drink it, you can drink it during your workout, right after your workout, it goes right into the bloodstream, right into the body. So now these cells that need, and the muscle fibers that need these amino acids, they get it, right? So when you think about it, it's kind of like a construction job. Well, I want to put an addition on. Okay, cool. Here's all the stuff.
Right.
Versus I'm gonna get some wood today.
Yeah.
Some wood tomorrow.
Yeah.
And like you have a little bit of an addition, right?
Yep.
Versus the intra just gives you everything you need, and then you have your additional protein later. Now your body is fueled with the right macronutrients. We're good to go.
Right.
Because it can heal right away. You're not as sore.
Yeah.
From like jujitsu and being a kid, we would get thrown on concrete. Almost every day I was sore, to the point where I was like asking one of my clients who's on the medical marijuana. I was like, is there good places I get some CBD, like not THC, CBD? He's like, try this place. And I was taking the gummies.
Yeah. And
it probably took away, I'm going to say, I was excited, like 40% of my soreness.
Yeah.
Maybe 3-4 months later or so, I started taking the intra and not the gummies. About 90% of my soreness was gone.
Yep.
And I was like, wow.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Huge difference.
And that, because we test all the stuff on me. But I think, the intra, the protein is huge. And now, listen, I've taken the worst protein ever, right? I'll drink it. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But the Prestige Lab protein are delicious.
Yeah, they are. They
Right,
are.
like-
I even do it for a sweet because I have the cookies and cream. So for me, it's like something sweet. It kills that sweet craving sometimes, And is it true they tell you need more protein as you get older? Or is it women or what's...
So
It's,
you'll need protein based on your weight.
Okay.
Now, I don't know the exact answer to that because nutrition isn't my full wheelhouse.
Right.
But what happens is for women, you become osteoporotic.
Yeah.
Right? You lose muscle mass.
Yeah.
You probably, as you age, you're not as receptive to the protein coming in. I would probably assume that.
Yeah.
Because things change.
Yeah.
So by keeping a high protein, right, you can make more of that lean muscle mass. Right, you can recover faster, and you're not also eating more of the carbs and fat if you're tracking it. Right. So I think that's probably where you're going with that. Somebody we could check on that, but it's hugely important. Yeah. Right. And when you eat the protein, when you have the protein, you don't feel like snacking on the other stuff. Right. Which I think that makes the most important. But now getting back to women as they get older, obviously going through menopause, this is when their bones become softer, right? This is when all these changes happen. Yep. Which is why working out is the best medicine because you can combat that. Right. Have you noticed any of that?
Oh yeah. Listen, I've already. So I'm in the post-menop. So I already did the the year and all that stuff. And before with even the hot flashes got better. If that's even part. But I feel like. I mean, I know you can do it for the 10 years, but the hot flashes they're not as frequent as they used to be, so, which is huge because they're awful.
Thank God I don't gotta know about that.
Yeah, you don't need to know about it.
So I just recently heard the concept I was reading today about a third place. And basically what they were saying is nowadays people don't have that third place they can go. They have home and they have work. Whereas like back in the day, you had a bookstore. You had a library. You had social gathering, right? People were in the Masons. People in the Knights of Columbus. Italians were at the Italian club. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like people don't have that third place. So they're depressed. Yeah. Right? Because if you just work and go home, it's not enough of a life. Right. Do you think Bochner's is your third place?
It is certainly a third, fourth, or fifth. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm social. So for me, I go out a lot, but I come here, like I never hesitate coming here no matter what time it is. You know what I mean? As long as I can get the class in where I have to work for pre-work, whatever it is, or my day off or whatever, I'm here and I don't hesitate. Everybody's great when you get here. And they're like, let's kick some butt and get the day going. So that's, I'm a morning workout anyway.
And how important is it having like that community of people that you see, like you see them, like you see Leslie losing weight?
So I went up, she was one of the people I went up to not too long ago and said, you look great. How much did you lose? Like it just, when you know that other people are noticing that stuff, it's huge for your whole self-esteem. You know what I mean? So that people notice that things are going on and going the right way.
I was actually, we were teaching a semi-private yesterday, and one of the clients, Lisa, was in there. I mean, she doesn't have a lot to lose. She's toning up, right? Trying to get stronger. And she mentioned to me that one of the other clients came up to her yesterday in the large group class, and she's like, you're getting stronger.
Yeah.
Like the way you're kicking the bag. Yeah. And Lisa was so pumped.
Oh, yeah.
And like to me, like I love that. Yep. It was just a small, like little comment.
Yep. That's all you need.
And she was like, ecstatic. And it was so cute to see.
Yep.
And she's like, because people come in and they're like, they're new.
Right.
But now she's been here for whatever, say 4 months.
Yeah.
So now she's kicking the butt, right?
Yeah.
And for women, how important is it to, number one, be empowered by other women, but also do something that's kind of badass,
Well, because, when you're stressed out and stuff, there's nothing better than hitting a bag.
Sure.
If I come from work and it's been a bad day, there's nothing better than getting your frustrations out on a bag. Because you know why? It's either the bag or you're going to go to a bag of chips. Like, that's what
you're going to a bag either way.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You're going to a bag
Hopefully
either way.
Hopefully just not a dime bag.
Yeah, right. I know. So that's what it is. It's the stress reliever. It's the community feeling like when you get in here, hey, what's going on? How was your day? It's just the whole body. Like you said, it's another place to go and feel good and help each other out and, give the high fives afterwards. It's just, you just feel better.
How good does it feel to complete one of those classes?
Oh my God. Especially when listen, all my friends know that Inferno Friday is my best day. They said, and I check in all the time, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh yeah, Inferno Friday's here. And they're all like, oh geez, Missy's there. I'm sure. I love Inferno Fridays. Love it.
This is the most challenging.
It's the most challenging. Yeah. So if you can get through one of those, you're like, oh, all right, I feel good.
Why do you think you stayed overweight for so long?
Good question.
I am a podcast host. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah. No, I think it's because I, like we said, I didn't put myself first. I think that's what it is. I think, I always worry about everybody else and I was always running for everybody else, but didn't take the time to say, okay, you got to go to the market for yourself and get the good stuff, get the veggies, get the fruits. You know what I mean? You got to, my mom used to go to the market, you know what I mean? Get whatever, crap she took home. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this. So it's that kind of just, all right, you go, you get the stuff that you need. You put your meal prep together. You get your lunches you do it for yourself. And then you're going to be better off for everybody else.
Yeah. And so now after having meetings with, I'm going to say hundreds of women, it all boils down to you're not making yourself a priority.
Correct.
And your health's not a priority.
Right.
Listen, I understand you have bills, but if you don't take care of your health now, the amount of medical bills you are going to have later are going to be astronomical.
Right.
And I had one lady be like, oh, insurance covers it. Insurance does not cover the bills that you were going to have, right? I mean, we know this. Yeah. Insurance is good when you don't need it.
Right, right. Exactly.
Like that's when it is.
Exactly.
So what are you most excited about in life now?
I'm probably going to live longer.
That's exciting.
That's exciting enough. I'm happier. I feel better in my body. People see that I feel better, and they're jumping on the bandwagon, which is great.
Because you're a role model.
Because whoever I can help, I will.
You still won't admit it. You still won't admit it.
It's just, I just feel overall better. And like I said, my journey's not done. I want to continue a little longer.
Do you think your journey's ever done for anybody?
No.
Right.
Not at all.
So I think that's one of the things when we talk about like mindset, like happiness is the goal in life, but it's not a constant state.
Right.
There will always be, if you're like this, there will always be goals you want to attain, right? And once you obtain one goal, you set the next one.
Right.
Well, now you know you're not there. So instantly you're not happy, right? You're anxious. You're right. We did. I don't know if you've seen it. We just started doing animated clips of the podcast. and we're doing the second Pug book, and there's a character who's me in there.
Yeah.
So two different things, animated, right? Two different illustrators, animators. On both of them for like 2.5 weeks, I don't know. Like I can't get the facial hair right on me, but it's two different things. Like on the cartoon and on the animation, the facial hair's off. The hair's great, but it's been a long time. And I'm like, wow. Like, and I'm trying to stay in the center, stay in the eye of the storm and not get put off by this.
Right.
But I was like, it's been back and forth with two different people on two different things, but it's the same thing.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, but now it's part of the process.
Right.
I know it'll look good in the end.
Right.
And now it's like, maybe this looks too dark. Like, because I can't look creepy in a kid's book.
Right.
Right? They'll be like, what is this guy doing? But like, that's the goal mindset.
Right.
So I think when people think about happiness, and I learned this from Ryan Baxter, one of our podcast guests, it's not wrong if you're not happy. That's part of life.
Right.
And the contrast that you go through, maybe when you were younger or maybe now with being overweight, it gives you the motivation and the desire to become something else.
Right.
Do you have anything to add to that?
No. I mean, like, they say you want to be a better you. Like, right? That's
name of the podcast.
Name of the podcast. There you go. See? So that's, and I didn't even remember that. So kudos. But that is what it is. That's what it all boils down to. You want to be a better you so that you can help. That's just the nature, right? You can help others.
Yeah. And you can't help others unless you help yourself first. A lot of people try to help, and we did this. Well, I did this. Yeah. We try to help everyone else first, and it drains you.
Right.
And then you become depressed.
Yeah, and then you're doing the wrong decisions and doing the wrong things.
Yeah. So besides losing more weight, what's the next goal you're working on?
You know damn well I'm going to go back to that roller coaster and ride it. Right? Yeah, I'm going.
Where was that?
Well, there was one time it was Cedar Point, and the other time it was Universal Studios. So
you have 2 trips to make.
I have 2 trips.
I love it. Yep. Wear your Bochner shirt.
I will.
So somebody is watching the podcast now. They're not where they want to be. Maybe they're overweight. Maybe they just don't like the life that they're living. Can you look at the camera and give them advice as how they should start to change their life?
Yeah, I mean, all I would say is I'm still overweight, even though I lost 40-something pounds. So you can start at any point to do anything as long as you got to get your head there first, because your head's going to motivate everything else. And once you start slow, start by walking, like I said, 18, 20-minute mile, who cares? Just start moving and it'll come. The confidence will come, everything will get better, and it'll just grow from there. Yeah.
And that's the journey you're on.
That's it.
Missy, well, I enjoyed the podcast.
Thank you.
I can't wait till we do a re-podcast. That's not a word. Another podcast when we're down an extra.
Yeah, hopefully 80 is the goal. Anywhere from 80 to 100, I'm hoping.
Let's do it.
So, yeah, let's do it. All right. Thanks, Marc.
My pleasure. Hello, my name is Dr. Marc Bochner. Don't forget to check out my new book, Pug Learns to Believe. Hey guys, Dr. Marc here. Now I know a lot of you want to know how we get all these amazing results with our clients, and it comes down to 3 things. The first is fun fitness classes that burn a lot of calories. 2 is giving you an accountability coach to make sure you stay on track and get the best results. And 3 is the nutrition. Included in the nutrition is our food supplements. So we pair with Prestige Labs because I feel they are the best, they have integrity, and they get great results. These are actually the supplements that I take as well. Here's the awesome part. By clicking the link below, you can save 40% off the retail price. So you need that link to actually save 40%. If you just go to the normal site without my link, you're paying full price, okay? So these are the supplements my clients use. If you are interested, definitely click the link below and it'll tell you all about them.